Hello everyone, welcome to Sinful Gaming. Hope you're all doing well, hope everyone's staying safe, hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. We're continuing to paint up our Ogre tribes tonight as we continue on and hopefully can finish them up this week. If you're joining us in the chat, let us know what you're hobbying on, what you've been working on. It'd be lovely to hear from you all. With that, though, we're going to get started on some furs and stuff. So we need some Raka flesh. We're up to like painting all the furs before we start painting the cloth and stuff around them. Yeah, if you're joining us, let us know what hobby you're working on at the moment. So we're just going to start by getting all this stuff. Glodan, yeah, you do. I am going to take some photos for a certain someone. Hope you're doing well, mate. You can see all of them. Oh, you built a big Canatab stalker there, Morphic. Nice. Primaris Intercessors. Nice. I do have to go back and paint and finish up my Intercessors and that little Space Marine force I was doing for the Emperor's Spears. They were a ton of fun to paint up. Oh, nice. Space Marine logo. Awesome. Currently following the GW guide to how to paint the Thunder Tusk. I finished one. There's one Thunder Tusk finished. And so now I've got another 3 Thunder Tusks to do, plus some plus 4 Mournfang. It'll be a good like 1,500 points. Ooh, nice. Shoulder decals. Yeah, I should have looked into that when I started, but you know, the I bought a secondhand Dark Imperium box set for my Marines. Nice. Yeah. I did start painting up some Emperor's Spears, and I really need to go back and finish them. I got 5 Intercessors done. So 1,000 points of them done up. Get them, get my Eldar done up. We can start having some 40k bat reps on the channel. That'll be fun, being able to like actually do some 40k stuff as well, something different. But yeah, so I've got some Emperor's Spears I'm going to do up, and they'll be fun. And I'll do some Craftworld Ulthway Eldar as well. Moment it's just painting up all the fur on these so we can wash and dry brush it and stuff rather than having to be a bit neater. That's what the tutorial tells me anyway. Seawolves. Nice. I mean, that totally means that we could like have like some seafaring space marines in cahoots, Andrew, because you know I've got Emperor Spears. They do come from a sea world. I just like the scheme that got posted. I've got to go actually listen to the audiobook. You know, properly. I read a little insert from the novel. So I got to go listen to the novel properly. That my very popular Black Library author Mr. Arendetsky Bowden wrote. Caring Commissar, yep. Different times all around the world, but if you're here hanging out, it's all that matters. We're all here just having a bit of fun with some hobby. Oh, nice. White Scar's successor. Pretty sure Emperor Spears are a Ultramarine successor. Nothing too exciting, but they're cool. I mean, logic says like eventually all armies will get a new battle tome, but like it shouldn't be. It's not going to be rolled out at the pace of AOS 2. I don't think. I think we're going to get a big FAQ like 40k did at the start of the edition, and slowly roll out new books. From what the rumors are saying, we're not expecting any more than 3 or 4 books for the rest of the year for Age of Sigmar. I don't think they're going to be far wrong from that. I reckon we'll see. I don't reckon we're going to see the Stormcast and Orc Warclans books until next month, until August. And then we'll probably see. Yeah, like they've slowed down. But I don't think we were going to see like the new books anyway. So it's worth thinking like COVID's been pretty much a year, so they slowly start to have to think about a year's worth of production behind now. But I don't see them updating books. I think they've learned that people will buy the books even if they're not playing the game. Like the lore and stuff in that does go a long way for people buying these books, and just simply the part of having it as part of your collection as well. Which is weird because they're rule books essentially, but they sold lots of rule books during a time when no one could play. Yeah, Gloden, I think you're pretty much bang on with what I'm thinking there. I think we're going to see the exact same sort of release style that we did with 40k. I think like what they did with 40k was cool. It kept the hype. It allowed them to keep putting out new things. It wasn't always Space Marines and Necrons. There were times where like Space Marine and Necron stuff was interrupted. They slowly trickled out bits and pieces of it. It was good. It kept those starter armies interested. Like we only just got new Space Marine kits, the heavy intercessors and stuff the other week, which was kind of cool. I think like because you're gonna have this problem where if you're the first army out the gates, or armies, you get all your stuff, and like Stormcast had this last time. You had this last time where Stormcast and Nighthaunt got stuff right at the start of the edition, and you got amazing stuff. Like they got full brand new rages without it, which were awesome. However, they then just fell off. They got nothing until like Broken Realms. And so I think with 40k, how they've done Necrons and Space Marines and slowly trickled out bits and pieces for the army has actually been really good because it's kept the general hobbyist. Now, it might not be the nicest thing for a competitive setting. I get that. But for the general hobbyist, as someone who collects Space Marines and Necrons, it would have been really nice to be able to continuously get more stuff rather than getting all your stuff at the start of an edition and then having nothing for another 3 or 4 years. I can appreciate that sort of way they've done it. See if these guys have any fur on them. Nope. Yeah, I think one of these ogres actually has hair on top of his head. Yeah, I've still only picked up Indominus. And I haven't actually built Indominus. I picked it up going, you know what, this would be cool, and then, you know, stuff just filled out and I just didn't get around to it. But where's my mix standard column? Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to a 750 box, like 750 point, which I'll say is a really fun point value. I think the addition of 700, because 1,000 points in Age of Sigmar is a lot more than 1,000 points in 40k in your army. Like there's a lot less models in 40k for 1,000 points than there are in Age of Sigmar for 1,000 points. Because there's a lot more horde armies in Age of Sigmar. But like 750 points has been, I've played quite a few games of 750 and I really like the point size. I'll say one thing, I think the scaling of missions is a lot better. The scaling of point sizes has been really good. Yeah, and that's my worry. However, I will say from Age of Sigmar's point, it has many easy access games much better and cheaper to get into than 40k. Like Underworlds is a fantastic way to get people into the game. We've drawn a lot of people in. Yeah, see, that would be a cool addition to Imperium Commissar if they gave you like the box going, this is 1,000 points, but here's also the list that makes this 1,000 points. Build it up like this. Because I think like that's a bit easier in Age of Sigmar. In 40k, obviously you have the issues of like a plasma gun costs more than a multi gun and different than a heavy bolter and etc. You know, all of a sudden they go, oh, this is 1,000 points, but if you put, you know, a plasma pistol and a power sword on your sergeant and your Space Marine squad, all of a sudden you're 30 points over and now you have to get rid of a model. So I think there's definitely an interesting thing there you've got to be careful with. But I think you can do it, like putting the list in there to like instruction guides on how to build stuff would be really cool to help people get into the games a little easier. I mean, that's the idea with like the getting started videos on the channel. So, be interesting to see what they do. I'm really excited. Which is funny. I'm actually more excited for the Crawl Boys than I am for the Stormcast, which says a lot because I really like Stormcast. Anyone who knows me knows I like Stormcast a lot. But I'm really excited to paint those Crawl Boys. They look like a ton of fun to paint. And I'll have some painting challenges on the channel. I'm going to try and do each half of that in a day. So I'm going to try a 24-hour challenge with both halves of Indominus. Tell me aggro's. I am, but it's how I get stuff done. we'll see how we go. I mean, I painted up Soul Wars in a day, in 12 hours. Yeah, the last one I did, I haven't done one, like, it's been over a year since I properly did one. So I did Soul Wars. Right there. I got the Soul Wars. It used to be 1,000 points. It is no longer. Well, it might be now again, but it stopped being 1,000 points halfway through last year with the GHB. But I turned Soul Wars into like a proper size squads and did that as a 24-hour challenge and got it done. I think it took me about 16 hours actually, which was really cool. And so I want to get more of that stuff on the channel. I enjoy doing the 24-hour challenges. I'm enjoying painting these ogres though a lot. Yeah, I look forward to going and watching Vince's 24-hour challenge. So yeah, I'll be doing a 24-hour challenge for both halves of that. Yeah, I've got a whole Nighthaunt army from Mortal Realms. Like that first issue, when it was $6, I just bought 200 chain rafts. For $120, I bought 200 models. And then the next week, it was $12 for Murmur and Banshees, which is less than half price over here in Australia. Like Stormcast are fun. Stormcast are really fun to paint. Like the same reason people can hate on Marines and all that, but they are fun to paint. Marines and Stormcast are just fun to paint. You've got so much space. You've got maybe not the original. Liberators can get a bit boring. I can quite clearly say this with a lot of confidence, having painted 60 of them in one sitting. But like the Sacrosanct and the Vanguard stuff has enough detail on them. And even when you start getting into the more elite, like Warrior Chamber stuff, it's not quite as bad. It's just probably Liberators got a bit boring after 60. At 60. But they've got enough texture on them that they're fun. There's a lot to do with them. And like even like boring Liberators, like if you really want to, you can go all out on those big flat surfaces, do some freehand. You've got room to play. You just got a lot of stuff you can do with them. Nice. Yeah. And like you can, and it can also be like, I go back to my Stormcast to paint when I want an easier approach, when I just want to see painted models come out. Oh, nice, Glowden. That sounds amazing, man. I do not have the time to spend on an army like that. Like I spent a month on my Wood Elves. That's probably as long as I'm willing to spend on an army. For obvious reasons. Trying to get stuff done for battle reports, like I want to try and punch out at least an army a month is generally how I go. To like keep the battle reports interesting so we get new forces on the channel. Does help when my friends collect new armies because then I can get them around with a new army. They were just too generic, I think. Generic knights. Like, I love Bretonians, but they were very generic. They weren't copyrightable for GW. That is the honest answer. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we get this edition for Age of Sigmar. Like, it really does sound like we're going to get Chaos Dwarves. That seems like a thing that's really going to happen. I'd be really interested in seeing that be a thing. I don't know. What would people like to see this edition in Age of Sigmar? Like, I'm hoping. I don't necessarily. There's a lot of armies I don't necessarily want to see new models for. I want to see revamped models for. I know that's not as exciting, but I'd like to see like Skaven get new models updated. I don't necessarily care about getting new models for Eshin or anything like that, but I'd love to see getting like just some new pieces. Now I need corn red. So we can start with trousers. I've almost finished the latest Gotrek novel. Speaking of that. So I should have the Black Library review for the latest Gotrek novel going up sometime soonish. Maybe it's just me. There is something to the Liberators that I like. Maybe it reflects in like the channel art I've got done. I like the cartoony style of them. Maybe. I love Beast of Chaos. I've had so much fun playing them on the channel recently. The army is just fun. They're fun to paint as well. Like following the painting guides and stuff like that for Beast of Chaos, because I've got so many different models. Just putting that painting guide to use of different. So the ones that you've probably seen on the channel more are not the ones that I've painted. They're actually Doom and Darknesses. I bought his Beast of Chaos off him. New Marauders is a must. Karen Commissar. Could not agree more. MJ, nice to see you there, mate. Hope you're doing well. Man, mate, I can't get angry about painting Stormcast, about like having unpainted models. I'd be angry forever. I have a lot of them. I'm slowly making my way through my pile of shame, though. Oh, nice. That sounds awesome, man. Pile of potential, as Kerry would say, from a hobby room. Oh man, that seems to be a fruit. I love it. The internet seems to be should go to the internet. Sec, we're going to try and on it. Is it going back? Okay, it seems to have gone back. I don't know. It hates me. It hates me at time. Australian internet, everybody. No worries, Gloden. Have a good one, mate. I'll chat to you soon, I'm sure. Yeah. War Scroll Builder should get updated sometime soon. I mean, technically, the GHB is not out yet, technically. So, it probably won't get updated till like Saturday, Sunday this week. So that's just worth remembering. Technically, the book isn't out yet. Yeah, it may not. Well, I don't see War Scroll Builder might, because like combat roster still gets updated. So Azir definitely won't get updated. I'm not as against the new app as some people. Like, as long as it works, like that's my big. Like, yes, the 40k app is terrible. Although last time I used it was pretty okay. We'll say that. It was terrible for a while though. It got released. Very not done. Yeah, Azir will go. Yeah, I have no doubt Azir will be going, which is a shame. I really like the app, but you know, if they literally just port that over and give us the same thing in the Warhammer Plus, I couldn't care less about it going. Like, I'll be subscribing to Warhammer Plus. I guarantee. Like, I wanted to see Warhammer in TV form since I was a little kid. So Warhammer Plus, I will be going all in on day one, probably binge watching both shows. So, like the subscription service stuff does not bother me at all. Like, I was always expecting it to be a subscription. We'll say I completely called that on when I'm like, I guarantee I'll have like painting videos and battle reports and all that sort of stuff, and they're going to put their grand tournaments on there. They're going to move away from Twitch. Well, they won't move away from Twitch. They'll just have their own thing to stream on as well as Twitch, I think. But like, they'll use that as their main platform. Like, I think I am going to binge watch those shows so much when they come out. Can't wait. I'll of course be doing reviews of those shows because I can't wait for them. GW OnlyFans. But like, yeah, I've been watching that ever since I was a little kid to see GW on a television screen. So I'll be all in on Warhammer Plus. Alrighty. Well, we've just done the pants on there. And go finish all the fur on all the ones on Thunder Tusks. And then we can start working on the pants on all of them together. MJ, like, the filler content has to be there, and I think it's good. Like, that they have that extra stuff, so there is always something to keep interesting. And those painting videos will be like the big ones, which I'm really interested to see. Like, they're big painting tutorials again. It was always going to be exactly what they were going to use it for. Especially at the start, it's the filler stuff is needed at the start while they've not got as many shows on there. You probably see the filler stuff starts to happen is like less and less of the content as they start getting more and more of the other stuff on there. Be really interesting. I'm interested in a few. Like the painting tutorials interest me. The Lore Master series definitely interests me. Hearing like the lore from the people who are actually making it is really interesting to me. I'll 100% be getting it on launch day, and binge watching those shows. The lore stuff would be really interesting to see, like the people who make the lore talking about it. I'm also quite excited to have like the old White Dwarfs on there. I hope they do more of that and backtrack more with the White Dwarfs than just a year like they've done. I love to see like Ash from Guerrilla Miniature Games does like his retro reviews of like really old White Dwarfs, and they're so much fun to watch. So like some that were before I was a hobbyist, or some of like my earliest editions of White Dwarf. But like their battle reports would look amazing. I doubt they're gonna like compete on like any top competitive battle reports. Though they'll probably have their grand tournament streamed on it. I would say. I think that's pretty safe to assume they're going to stream like the GTs on it, and any they're associated with. So you'll probably see like the LVO stream through it, etc. Which is cool. But be interested to see like their big narrative battle reports, like like Apocalypse Silos games, where they can go like, we're going to put 50,000 points on the table because we have that many painted miniatures. I doubt we'll ever see CanCon live just because it's the week before LVO. But who knows? Like, they're investing all this money in it. I'm like, if they, like, I have no doubt, like, if they were to start and extend an olive branch to Clint, he would probably be accepting of them. Who knows? Like, imagine if they did offer to, like, stream CanCon and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Like, it is the world's largest Age of Sigmar event, so. But the LVO is a huge 40k event. And like the Age of Sigmar event is big there as well, and probably one of the ones that rivals CanCon. But yeah, like it'd be cool. Like maybe they'd even stream the championships from up in Mount Gravatt. Like that'd be something, because that's something they can control. Maybe we'll convince them to come down to Cinderful GT one year. That'd be cool. That would be a plan for next year's Cinderful GT. Will be to have it live streamed. Yeah, like the Mount Gravatt Store Championship, like the Age of Sigmar Championships in Australia. Why, like they can control that. They can, it can be made to suit them. Like, that'd be cool. Like even just Mount Gravatt would be cool. It'd be cool to see like Australia put on the map in that sort of way. I mean, both of us on the Honest Wargamer stream for CanCon. I was on year 1 and you were on year 2. It depends what you're playing with. Are you playing with Living City? Because you can totally make sure that Durthu can't get touched by that KO shooting until it's done the damage. Yep. I unfortunately lost to Legion of the Gash with my Scourge Privateers. However, and then go and beat 2 Legion of the Gash army with my Scourge Privateers. Had to play bloody 4 of them. Still, no one will ever take my title. I am the world's greatest Scourge Privateer player. And no one can ever take that title because it's not an allegiance anymore. Man, I was so happy at CanCon when you sent me the message saying you'd vitriolic sprayed a cat across and then killed him in a turn. It made me so happy. I was just like, yes. Made me so happy hearing that vitriolic spray went off. I bet they weren't when they saw Catacross get removed by Order Serpentis. Wolf Paws, evening. No worries, MJ. Have a good day and all the best. I don't know. Just gotta check something. When are the Euros tonight? Pretty sure England plays tonight, don't we? No, they start Netherlands and Czech Republic tonight. And then, Belgium, Portugal. Okay, that's going to be a good game to watch. Don't mind me, football talk, as I'm checking out what matches are coming up in the football tonight. Thinking, because I'm probably going to paint up my original set of Dark Imperium Space Marines as Empress Spears, so that'll all get done as Empress Spears, but I'm going to paint Indominus up as something else, like to keep the painting mojo alive. Also, like Space Marines, unlike Stormcast, have a ton of different rules, so I like the laws a lot more established, so I'm thinking I might try and paint up some Storm Wardens. But thinking of England got me thinking of Scotland. Literally like Scottish Space Marines. I love it. Convert some up to have their massive the Sacris Claymores that you get in the Deathwatch RPG. Would be really cool. How are you doing though, Wolf Paws? Hope you've been well, mate. Oh, you bought a 3D printer. Nice. Hmm. 3D printing has been something like, do I want to invest in one? Do I not? Where would I put it? Like, I can't put it in here because I can't have it going while I'm streaming and recording and all that sort of stuff. So which means it would have to go in the shed, which isn't the nicest of place to put something that expensive. Like, I can't monitor it as easy. Oh, nice! The Warsong Revenant. I've got that model unbuilt back there. When we get around to doing a Sylvaneth army, I'll get it painted up. So even if for one of those ones, I'm probably going to smash out like nice and quickly, because we've already got a Dirthu and a True Lord Ancient painted up, obviously from my Living City army. And so like that's a good solid chunk of points done and painted already. Hades, yeah. You know what? Like, I know there's a couple of you from Sydney in there, or from New South Wales, and I feel for you. But Hades, you know what this means? You could get another 500 points done, and then you have a 1,500 point army to play with. That's what you can have. That's how I'd look at that. It's time to get another 500 point. Yeah, fair. But can you order that up for 500? Postal service still works. I'm assuming it's the same as all the other states' lockdowns. That's what I was doing during lockdown. Yeah, Andrew. Yeah. It sounds real convenient. Like, I don't get it. Like, we're having this. Yeah, I won't go too much into it on camera. We're having some interesting discussions at work today about it all. Anyway, I want to get into it on camera because on the plus side, I expect to see you all here every stream night then. Like, you know what that means. I will keep putting out the Warhammer content for people to watch so you have something to do during your lockdown. I mean, the only time it happens here is when pizza bars staff lie about things. Gets me worried though. Like, oh dear, it's still a thing, and like I've put a lot of money into my GT. Speaking of like something to do with that, I should have some of the mats from the company I've managed to find that's doing new size mats. I should have them coming and being able to be shown off on the channel in battle reports soon. So that'll be fun. So if you're looking for a nice new Yeah, should have some new mats for the new game board size. It's 60 by 44 game size. I've got a company in New Zealand that produces some mats, and so I'll be getting some mats from them to show off on the channel, which will be cool. When did I start making the Beast Claw Radio Army? Maybe a week ago. Everyone should know this by now. Like, I have every army sitting in this room. It's just most of them aren't painted. Yeah, shaved it all off tonight. It was getting a little bit too long. Right to go. Just annoyed me at work today too much, and so it went. Just a straight shave over the top, done. Nothing fancy. Nice, right to go. That's awesome, man. Crawboys look awesome. I think the Stormcast are definitely hitting more people over here. Wolf Paws. Sorry, I completely missed your comment there on the mats. So I'm getting them from a company called Mithras Games, Mithras. And yeah, they've got mats that are the brand new size. At the moment, they've only got one design up, but they've got enough one they can show. They're showing. So they've got two designs up. One's available for purchase, and one will soon be available for purchase. And they've got a third design coming. They're really cool. I like them a lot. I got 25 of them coming for the GT. Jay Durthu, hello. Jay, I think that's awesome that you and MJ are playing games. I am so happy that two people have met each other so they can go play some games together over literally a chat. That's awesome. I want to see pictures of your games in the Discord, please. However, that is going to be the end of the stream for the night, everyone. We've hit our hour mark, and I've got some other stuff I've got to do for the channel tonight. I've got to get the book reviews up that we've been doing. So I should have a review up of the latest GoTrek story soon. And we'll have some more stuff coming on the channel. There should be a ton of stuff coming up on the channel very shortly once the big FAQ is out and stuff. No worries, right to go. Yeah. So we will be streaming every night on from now on. I'm doing streams on Sunday night. They'll be on Tuesday night, and they'll be on Thursday night now. Just to match a new work schedule. But yeah, don't forget to smash that like. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all to everyone who supports the channel via YouTube members and Patreon and all that stuff. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and watching. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.